OMT Online Dynasty. Welcome back, everybody, for our games of the week here in week 13, our final full week in season 5. And as you can probably tell, we are not on location anywhere here today because we have 8 different games that we are going to be going through that all have impacts on where people are going to be playing next season. If you haven't seen any of these before, this is our 32 user online Dynasty. We've got 4 custom conferences, 8 teams in each with a relegation system in place. So the top 2 move up, the bottom 2 move down. And this week we had games that affect the top, we had games that affect the bottom, and we had some in the middle, some guys making late Heisman pushes, some teams making late playoff pushes, just a lot going on. So I figured it's best not just to focus on one game, let's share the love, let's go to as many as we need to, and just clip out about 5-ish minutes for each. So we're going to go through each conference, kind of lay out what's on the line for the teams in each game and just work our way down through that list. It was another super fun week here with a ton of great games, a ton of great drama. We are going to start off in the Mountain West. That is our top Platinum Conference. Now, after our loss, Old Dominion's loss to Utah State, the conference championship game was locked up. It's Louisiana against Utah State, but waiting in the wings here, the Toledo Rockets and IQ Truth coming into this week ranked number 13, heading down to Louisiana to take on the number 7 ranked Ragin' Cajuns. IQ Truth and his boys are eyeing a late playoff push, trying to make a statement to that committee. If they can come in number 13, take down number 7, Louisiana on the road, is that going to be enough for the committee to put them into the playoffs? But first, they've got to actually go get that win. So let's throw it down to Louisiana. Check out our highlights from this one. Of course, this was our national championship game in season 3 and season 4, so we expected this one to be a good game, and they boys did not disappoint here. So Louisiana going to be starting with the ball a minute gone by here, and this was just such a nasty drive and such a nasty way to start this game by Vancy. So a minute in, we're going an RPO to the right. We like what we see, so we're going to hurry up. We're going to call another RPO here with the Bunting boys in that backfield, but we are going to flip it this time. Now we're going to go over to the left. Viewers are not going to be quite fast enough to get out there and play that. I don't know how he got tackled there. It was some Jedi mind trick of some sort that sent him kind of ass over tea. What's this? Ass over tea kettle? Is that this? I don't know. But then we're going to hurry up. We're going to do the exact same thing again. We're still liking what we're seeing here on the defensive side. Now we see that Reed Key is actually the guy right on the right edge, so we're not going to be able to throw that bubble RPO. We'll throw the hitch back over to the left side this time. Hurry up again. Keep that pressure on. Bunting and Bunting, the law firm in the backfield here for Louisiana. Going with hurry up. We see that defender on the right comes flying in for some reason. So guess what? We can throw that RPO and nobody is going to bring down big man number 86 and hit the patented little freaky Louisiana dance. Ragin' Cajuns in for the touchdown. Now IQ Truth with the ball here. Just 4 minutes gone by, it says, you know what, you can throw RPOs, I can throw an RPO right back at you. Just one little step inside, dumbs out the pursuit angle, taking that one in there. I believe it's JT Truth scoring for IQ Truth and hitting some crazy dance moves there to tie us up at 7. Remember that name, JT Truth? I'm pretty sure it's JT, so maybe don't remember it if that first name is wrong. But the guy's got a monster game coming here for the Toledo Rockets. Now, Louisiana, classic little play set up here. Have that streak over on the left, clear out space for this crosser coming from our tight end. Give yourself an underneath little bailout, too, against something like double mug. He's only sending 4, but the clear out sends that deep zone deep. Everybody else staying down. We hit the crosser, number 18, in for the touchdown in the freaky little dance. Strikes again for Louisiana, takes them up 14-7. Now Toledo with that ball back, but facing a 4th and 13, dropping back to pass, man coverage in the cut sweat classic, the curl, or the stemmed up curl right up the middle. I told you I would find a way to call you a cut sweat, even with the different defensive rules we have put in place here, and it didn't take me too long. I'm pretty proud of myself on that one. Then we're gonna go up to the run, up the gut there with Mr. Isaacs, the 98 speed, shifty, incredible halfback that Toledo's got back there. They've actually got a couple really good halfbacks, but Isaacs with just how you can see there his quick cuts, able to burst, able to get through any little gap you give him. Takes us to the 2-minute warning. We try run again there. I fast forwarded a little too far, but it was just around the middle that got nothing. So now Toledo going to go to some single back set here on offense, and here comes the big bowling ball, number 22. Breaks that first tackle, carries 2 Louisiana defenders in for the touchdown. tied it up at 14. Jump ahead a little bit now. Each team has scored again. It is 21-21 with 10 seconds left in the third. Toledo threatening to take their first lead of the ball game here. AJ Maddox stepping back to pass again, finding that deep curl route, secure, catch it, get down, curl up like a little baby. JT Truth 8 for 157 going into the fourth quarter here. And AJ Maddox, our season 3 Heisman Trophy winner. So Toledo racking up the accomplishments. Our season 4 national champion facing our season 3 national champion, with the season 3 Heisman Trophy winner leading the way. And there goes big bowling ball number 22 finding his way in for another touchdown. Now Louisiana facing a 4th and 10 immediately after getting the ball back here, still on their own 25 after a touchback on the kickoff. Now we're going for all curls and one deep in route, but the user defense here, we take that left slot corner, we watch that outside curl. Great play by IQ Truth, Mr. John Candy himself, trying to take that one back for a score, but still a huge play by that Toledo defense, setting up this offense, and it is not going to take them long to take advantage of opportunities like that one. A 1st and 10 now at Louisiana's 14-yard line. Toledo trying to push this to a 2-score lead from never having the lead all day, now being up 14 points in the fourth quarter. There goes Ice Tennessee with Toledo's got some great dance moves, you got to give them that, but Louisiana gets on the board. It is 35-28 at the 2-minute warning. A 2nd and 10 for Toledo. AJ Maddox dropping back to pass, trying to force one over the middle, but the user defender of Vancy is there to get the Raging Cajuns interception and breathe a little bit of life into this Louisiana team, just like the swings of this game now. They were just down 35-21 with about 5 minutes left. Now we got a minute 52 and Louisiana with the ball back down by 7. We are going to be dropping back to pass here with Bunting, probably looking for that wheel route, but again, great user defense. Thrasher knowing right where to go there, giving him nowhere to throw the ball, but Bunting doesn't need anywhere to throw the ball to be dangerous. He's just going to use those legs and roll out. Now we're back to this RPO. I think this is the RPO that absolutely killed Old Dominion, and it's a read RPO, so we can keep it with Bunting if we need to as well. But great, number 14, fantastic job there of coming down and being able to make a tackle on Mr. Bunting. So it was a gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4, 90 seconds to go. Bunting to Bunting up the middle for the Louisiana touchdown, ties us up in another freaky little dance, add it to the board. Touchdown Raging Cajuns, but too much time for this Toledo offense. We've got it now with 40 seconds, already past midfield, just about in field goal range, going with a 2nd and 5, little man coverage there from Louisiana, and that's how you pass lead. That's how you pass the lead. Take notes. Quarterbacks of Old Dominion finds JT Truth on that corner route, setting Toledo up to just about be able to run out the rest of this clock. Louisiana only 2 timeouts left, so we can run out the rest of this clock, and eventually that is what Toledo is going to do here. So Louisiana takes 1 timeout there. Toledo, I believe, is going to just run the ball here, which makes sense. We're just trying to kill as much time as we possibly can in this situation. Just try to set up a game-winning field goal, get it right in the middle. We know this Raging Cajun crowd, that stadium pulse is going to be rocking, but the kick is up. The kick is good, and Toledo is going to come away with a gigantic victory against Louisiana in this one, 38-35. Which is going to set up our final Mountain West Conference standings to look like this. Now, we're still in week 13, so our rankings and things haven't changed. The Mountain West standings just ended up lining up perfectly anyway, so that works out great. It is going to be Louisiana against Utah State in our conference title game. Coming in 3rd is James Madison, a very solid season by the Dukes, 10-2 overall, 5-2 in conference. Speaking of very solid seasons, us, Old Dominion, 82 overall squad, going 9-3, 4-3 in conference. I am thrilled with that. Very proud of how the boys put it together this season. We beat every team below us. We lost every team above us. That's, I suppose, how it should work out. Toledo, though, like we said, came into that one number 13, goes on the road and beats number 7. Is it possible they sneak into the playoff? We will have to wait and find out. And even James Madison, ranked number 16, goes on the road and beats number 18, Tulsa. I don't think that's going to be enough for JMU, but Toledo, maybe. And then moving down, we did get Oregon State playing Rice this week. They were already both locked in to moving back down to Conference USA. Those are our final standings in the Mountain West. Let's go to Conference USA action here, where we actually have highlights of every single game from Conference USA because they all ended up mattering. It was a crazy final week in Conference USA. First, we are going to go to Hawaii against Bowling Green. We're coming into this game, Hawaii was 4-2 in conference. A win could move them up to a tie for the lead or second place, depending on how other things shake out, but they have to win this game. Bowling Green coming in at 2-4. If they lose, they are in danger of getting relegated down to the American Conference. So a big game for both teams here. Let's take it to Bowling Green. And what turned out to be an incredible matchup. You might be able to see how long we got. 8 minutes of highlights in this one. This was probably the best game of the week. This was a fantastic one. Bowling Green dropping back to pass, an immediate sell job by his quarterback. I don't know what, it looked like Drew Pine, looked like the first couple year quarterback for Bowling Green, just flew that one over his receiver's head right into the waiting arms of a Rainbow Warrior for that interception. And Hawaii looking to take advantage early here. We know Spence and he does run the Hawaii offensive playbook. They are not afraid to air that ball out. We saw in their game of the week last week. I love that lady's reaction, by the way. Just, what? We all were thinking the same thing. Now, we know he loves to air that ball out. I think it was last week he threw it 60-something times in that game against Georgia State. So they will do whatever they have to. And look at that deep find. I'm telling you that Zachary Jennings is unbelievable. That Hawaii quarterback, for being like 72 overall, no abilities, no nothing, the guy is a stud. And he finds the refined gentleman himself, Hayden Elligan II, for that early Hawaii touchdown. But Bowling Green, this offense, not one to take lightly, despite what we saw from the quarterback on his first pass attempt there. We know this Falcons team can move the rock and put points up on the board. So we'll see. And now they're behind the 8 ball here already, trying to avoid that relegation. We will see what they're able to put together here. Dropping back pass, going over the deep middle, and somehow number 21 just gets big on number 23, just dunks right on his noggin, puts his nuts right on the top of his helmet. Comes down with that catch, setting up a first down at the 24-yard line for Bowling Green. And staying in that trip set, Ross Winborn, still his only incompletion was that first throw we saw on the day. Great coverage here by Hawaii. It sure looks like great coverage, but what is our corner doing out there? He has his back turned to the play. Number 1 on Bowling Green is able to come down with that, and somehow, some way, that is a touchdown for the Falcons. Now they traded stops here. I think there was a turnover on downs and an interception or something like that. But either way, it ends. There was a turnover on downs, interception, and I think a punt by Hawaii. And that's how we ended up with Bowling Green getting the ball back here. Now just past midfield. And again, this offense, look at little number 33, the takeover, the white running back takeover we are witnessing throughout this OMT dynasty is something to take note of. We got 2 white running backs in this one with Ian Pryor on Hawaii, that gentleman on Bowling Green, Jason the Jet Terry at Old Dominion. Just saying, times they are a-changing here in 2029. Now, a horrible break there for Hawaii. I'm actually going to back this up for a second just so we can see this again. It's a 4th and 3 at the 6-yard line. We're mid blitz coming. We have a wide open, but that defensive end for Bowling Green gets his big bear paws up there to swat that one down. And the Falcons looking to take advantage here. 10 seconds left in the half. We're going to go for an RPO over to the left, but Hawaii's defense will make a goal line stand of their own to keep it a 7-point game heading into halftime. Unfortunate break for Hawaii on one end, great play by the defense on the other, keeping us within striking distance. So still a 7-point game here. A couple minutes gone by in the second half. Hawaii going to be dropping back to pass here. Jennings surveying the field, potentially have Y, potentially have B late, but we're going to end up just kind of throwing this one away. Probably the smart thing. Now, I'm going to back this up again because I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's 1st and 10 when we throw this ball away. It's the 1st and 10 for Hawaii. Ball's thrown away. It's 2nd and goal. Can't say I'd ever seen that one before. You see something new every time with this video game. From 1st and 10 to 2nd and goal. I was wondering why I couldn't remember why I included that until I saw that, because that was crazy. So now on a 2nd and goal, we are going to go with an RPO, have potentially the slant. We go to the bubble late in number 13 on Bowling Green. Not sure what the defender was doing on that one. Just lets that one go right on by, and it ends up in a Hawaii touchdown. But the Falcons trying to come right back, on for another RPO, this time number 34 on Hawaii. Mr. Spence, I always want to call him Rainbow because the team's the Rainbow Warriors, but Rainbow's our San Diego State guy. Gets another big stop, another big play by this Hawaii defense. They have been able, it's not the best defense, but they've been able to make some plays when we really need to. There we go to a flood over to the right side. Perfect play call there from Spence, finding BJ Tanyan for a first down, setting up our first and goal. Now that we're at the 8-yard line, it should stay first and goal. It'd be crazy if it went to like 2nd and 8 after one play or something, but you can never write anything off when we're looking at EA. So it looks like we are audibling around, hot routing on our RPO. Still something I hope they take out and isn't a thing in 27, because I just find it to be dumb. But either way, BJ Tanyan wins on that slant route or stem down post, whatever that was, and that is a touchdown for Hawaii. They are up by 7, but here comes Bowling Green, a quick little out. That Hawaii secondary, just nothing those little guys can do. We have the takeover of white running backs, and they seem to be playing pretty well. If you have a white secondary, you might be in trouble. As we see there, they eventually are able to get there and push him out at the 2-yard line. It's going to be a first and goal at the 2, dropping back. Looks like we looks like we had that open, and somehow that ends up a loss of 3. No clue how that works out for Bowling Green, but still a second goal at the 5. We're still right here looking to tie this one up. Normal Y off is going to be our offensive play call here, and dropping back, looking, surveying the field, finding his man right in the back middle there for the Bowling Green touchdown, tying us up at 21 apiece. Bowling Green wants to stay in Conference USA, and they're playing like their lives depend on it. And look at this, another white corner. This time, though, this one making a fantastic play for Bowling Green. Of course, he's not going to be able to outrun the Hawaii offense, but still, he's able to stay down that wide receiver screen we'd seen Hawaii use quite a few times in that game of the week, trying to get it to Hayden Elliott the second. This time, though, Bowling Green's defense absolutely ready for it. Might have studied the tape to be able to make a play on that one. First and 10 for Bowling Green at Hawaii's 14-yard line, going with some more curl routes and just a nasty tackling effort there from the Rainbow Warriors. Let's number 81 catch that and get in for the score. So Bowling Green goes up by 7 into the 4th quarter. 4.5 minutes remaining in this one. What else can Hawaii's offense draw up here? We are going to be looking deep downfield here. The user was following a, like, look at Zachary Jennings. Look at this man. I am telling you, there is something about this guy rolling way out to the right, outside the hash marks, throwing it, was that 30, 40 yards downfield to Mr. Snell. Unbelievable throw again. Zachary Jennings setting Hawaii up with a first and goal. We're going to go back to an RPO. Might have been able to hit X on that, but the pressure just gets in a little too quick. Second and goal at the 12 now for the Rainbow Warriors, trying to tie this one back up at 28 apiece. We're going seam streak, we're going a few curls, staying in that Hawaii offense. They'll spread slots close here and finds the seam streak right up the left side. Jennings delivers another one right on the money to Mr. Snell, and that is going to tie us up at 28-28. Now Bowling Green, a minute and 10 left, facing a 4th and 1. It'd be a 53-yard kick. That's a long way for your field goal kicker, so we are going to go for it. We're going to go for that little curl route over on the left. I'm not sure what Hawaii's defenders were doing there. I guess it was a defensive tackle. I think it was a linebacker too that were just standing there doing absolutely nothing. let him catch that. So now it is a 1st and 10 for Bowling Green. Pretty safely, you'd imagine, in field goal range. Number 86 just boxes them out. I looked like great coverage there from Hawaii, but 86 makes an even better play for Bowling Green. Then we're going to go back to our run right up the gut here to number 33. Going to be a 1st and 10. Now Bowling Green, you could just run out the clock here. You know, Hawaii's only got one timeout left. Set yourself up for that field goal like we saw Toledo do, but that ain't Bowling Green football, baby. We are going to keep this pressure on. We are going to go for it. We are going to go right back up the seam, just like Hawaii did to us. We are going to answer that right back, and that is a touchdown for the Falcons, and they end up getting this win 35-28. So with that result, Hawaii has been eliminated from Conference USA contention. Still a very solid season for Spence. The first year we had somebody usering Hawaii, they're like 64 overall. He ended up going 4-3 in our second conference, in our gold conference here. And Bowling Green locks up their spot. They will be staying in Conference USA next season. But the biggest news with Bowling Green's win, that sets up an official loser leaves town match in Conference USA. 2-4 North Texas, 2-4 Buffalo. Whoever loses this one obviously will drop down to 2-5 and will be in the bottom 2 of Conference USA. So let's throw it over to this one in Buffalo. North Texas with the ball here, minute and a half gone by. 3rd and 5 at Buffalo's 12-yard line here. Mr. Russell operating out of the pistol, dropping back back to pass, finds his guy on that zig route, number 80. You see that sure hands lighten up, holds onto it through contact, setting up a first and goal for North Texas here. Frizzle in North Texas, Jay Breeze and Buffalo both desperately fighting to stay in Conference USA. We go a little RPO, or maybe a read option or something there, but that 4-6 bear defense, bear down. Buffalo Bulls gets in the backfield, brings Russell down for a loss of 3. It's going to be a 2nd and goal now. North Texas staying in that pistol spread offense. I haven't seen a ton of North Texas, so I'm not entirely sure what playbooks they're in or how that team is looking. We know that Russell is an absolute dog at quarterback. We are going to find our right flat, who fights through, holds onto that ball again, gets the pylon, touchdown, North Texas. Now, this just kind of summed up this game for Buffalo. We have that C route over on the right. Sure looks like we have a step on him. Kind of underthrown by that quarterback. Leads to a North Texas interception. Just feels like this was one of those games for Buffalo where it's like EA just kind of decided this one. It's unfortunate. It happens sometimes, but it is just unfortunate. I do love that North Texas celebration, though. Old Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, smash the cans together. That's a great time. Then the I don't know, compounding mistakes here is North Texas, their first play after the interception. We're going to come out and pistol Y off trips. We audible to something here. Looks like a cover 3. We're going to switch to on defense. I think North Texas sees that. We see a quick little hot route over to the right, going to play action right up the seam. Safety just a step too slow to get down on that one. And Jean-Pierre, number 80, the wide receiver for North Texas, going to take that one in for the score. One play, an interception. Next play, a touchdown for North Texas. But this Buffalo kick returner, number 32, I believe this is his first of 2 kick return touchdowns on the day. Beautiful blocking by the boys. He doesn't need too much space. Number 3 doing his best to hawk him down, but not going to be quite fast enough. Number 32, Davis, going to take that one in. Buffalo, just like that now. Maybe that's kind of a spark this team needed. Back down by 7. We're trying to be optimists here, if nothing else. Go to a 5 wide, right back over the middle, and there is Jean-Pierre. Once again, Keelan Russell in the first quarter, 50 seconds left in the first quarter, 205 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game against Buffalo. He is wheeling and dealing in this one. So again, we are going to see that single high safety. We are audibling around a little bit here. Let's see if North Texas is going to try to attack the seams again against the cover 3. We did on the left, but Buffalo was actually there, and just one of those games, man. Just one of those games for Buffalo. We're on Jean-Pierre, and he breaks like 3 separate tackles. And North Texas ends up winning this one 55-21. They end up with 49 points at halftime. Just not the day for Buffalo. So they will be moving down to the American Conference. North Texas has earned their spot and will be staying back in Conference USA. But also with Hawaii losing, it reopens the door a little bit for the Navy midshipmen coming into this week at 4-2. They already have a win over Georgia State, who is currently in first place in Conference USA. I believe they have a loss to North Texas, but still, any shot Navy has to make the conference title game comes down to their game here against UAB. Now, we're not going through this whole game. We are just going to go through the last minute and 5 seconds of regulation because this was insane. We're going to pick it up with Navy up 35-31, and look at this run. Speaking of white running backs, I'm telling you, EA, what is going on in 2029? Everybody's got a superstar white running back. Number 27 of UAB, Cosmic Selectors boys here. And you'll see his offensive line, a bunch of people light up with abilities. It's fantastic. A huge pile, somehow, some way, he breaks his way through that, is going to take it in for the UAB touchdown. Just an unbelievable run, unbelievable effort there from number 27 to give UAB the lead. But now, I mean, obviously Navy's offense has been doing well. Our new Navy user has really been doing some work here with the midshipmen. We've got 53 seconds. We still got all 3 timeouts and only down by 3. Let's see where we're going to come out in. Some bunch offset here with, gosh, I can't remember his quarterback's name. I know they have Caleb Hawkins at Navy. I don't remember who else they got. He is a lefty, though. We're going to drop back to pass, hit that little curl over on the right there. Nice find by the quarterback. Keep the hurry up going. No need to use any timeouts just yet. About 40 seconds left. We are going to be staying in our bunch offset, dropping back here. And then look at that find over on the left. Again, same kind of thing we saw earlier, a streak on the solo side, and then you have a crosser or something coming underneath. Always going to work very well against drop zone coverages. Great find by the quarterback there to get that one to number 2. And that just about puts Navy in field goal range here with 34 seconds. We are taking one of our timeouts. We do not want overtime here. Navy is going to go for this win in regulation. Spread Y flex. 34 yards between Navy and potentially making the Conference USA title game and going up to the Mountain West. We have one more Conference USA game to look at. I believe just one more. Yeah. One more Conference USA game for us to look at that will determine who is going to the Conference USA title game. I said Conference USA a lot. So we go to the flats over on the right there. Number 13 was there waiting for the tackle, but we have a holding penalty on the Navy midshipman. That's going to back him up 10 yards. Now we're out of field goal range. It would have been tough even at the 34, now at the 44. Now the offense has got to get it moving here a little bit. We're adjusting our flats, going to drop them back to 15, a little empty set coming from the midshipman. And some Tampa 2 with 15-yard flats, turning it into a Tampa 3, a cover 3, cover 3 with clouds, essentially. Good user defense there following that crosser. We're going to test it anyway, and gets up and gets big on him. Absolutely. Ramsey going at, oh no, that's Ramsey's the actual goat. I don't remember what the mascot's name is. But gets absolutely big on him, kind of glitches through him a little bit there. Big boy number 82 on the midshipman. He wants it. He wants the Mountain West next season, and he is playing like it. So now we're going to give it on a run up the middle. Nothing really doing there for Navy. We did take a timeout after that last one. We are going to go hurry up here. 15 seconds left, down by 3. Midshipman hanging on to that last timeout just in case we got to stop that clock. We're going for the Texas route over the middle. Number 57 of UAB was there. Cosmic Selector was there, but his guy just doesn't animate for that ball. Lets it get caught by number 31, and that's going to set Navy up. Takes their last time out. First and goal at the 1. 7 seconds left. Down by 3. Trips Y over. We're going to be in 4-6 bear. And we're going just full engage 8. We're really concerned. That's Caleb Hawkins in the backfield this time. We're concerned about the run, but it's an RPO out to the right. Navy finds his man, number 84. And the midshipmen are going to come away from Birmingham with the win. Going to get them to, what is that? Oh, because they have one game left. So they'll be at 7-4 because they still have Army-Navy week. So they'll be at 7-4 if they can stop number 27 of UAB. We saw in that first run in this clip, that is not a guarantee. That is much easier said than done. So we're going to be in the single back. We're going to be in some prevent, and somebody just got to get out there and get your hands on 27. The blocking looks good. User defender was there, but number 22 and number 25 of Navy combined to bring him down, and he celebrates the first down. Oh boy, number 27. That was a great run you had there, brother, but probably shouldn't be celebrating first downs like that when it's the end of the game and you guys lost. So that is a win for the midshipmen there. Like we said, that moves them to 5-2, but we got one game left. Georgia State coming into their last game at 5-1, going against Texas State coming into this one at 4-2. If the Bobcats can get the win, we'll have a 3-way tie at 5-2 between Georgia State, Texas State, and Navy. Not entirely sure what the tiebreakers would be, but Georgia State would have losses to both the other two, so I believe they would be out, and that would be Navy and Texas State in the championship. I could be wrong on that, but I think that would be true. So let's take it to this one. Habs taking on Crayon Eater in San Marcos. Those Texas State jerseys are gorgeous. I love those, like dark maroon and gold. And look at this guy, number 33. Battering ram, silver battering ram. I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually running that ability before, but it's nasty business Crayon Eater's up to down there at Texas State. As the Bobcats, with a win, I believe Texas State would make it and would be back in the Mountain West where they were last season. Versus a loss will send Georgia State and Navy to the conference title game and to the Mountain West. But Texas State now going with a little bit of motion out here to the right. I love the aesthetic of Texas State. Goes for that little curl route. The user defender has absolutely all over him, but bounces right off his hands. Tough break there for Georgia State. 3rd and goal now for Texas State. But yeah, I love these uniforms. The end zones look great. I'm a sucker for like a full painted in end zone like that. The maroon end zone, the gold lettering looks fantastic. The building right behind him there. Something to keep in mind for next season. Texas State's going to be on my radar for teams to take for sure. Now we roll out to the right, find number 33 there. Really would have loved him to keep running upfield, potentially keep that momentum, use that battering ram, which I know just fatigues the other team, but this guy's a freaking tank. So if he gets his speed up, I don't think he would have been stopped short. It still didn't really look like he was going to be stopped short. Now this is a weird series of events that happens here. So it's 4th and goal at the 1. Texas State comes out in a field goal. Georgia State jumps offside. We accept it. Decide, you know, maybe he's trying to bait us into going for it or something. He is a bit of a master baiter, but we are going to go ahead and come out with the field goal anyway. Then Texas State decides to take a timeout. Let's think this over a little bit. Field goal? No. Let's go to goal line. Let's go for it. Let's go for a QB sneak. So after an offside and after a timeout, Texas State decides to go ahead and go for it. Going to trust that QB to fight his way in there. We don't have House Henny anymore. Might be a good thing for Texas State, but big boy number 7 still is going to stretch his way in there for the Bobcats. Touchdown, giving them a quick 7-0 lead in this one. But Georgia State in that flexbone offense, still in that Navy playbook. This quarterback is a serious problem, Rich Bellin. The Bellin Arena going to be dropping back to pass here. That defensive tackle on the right absolutely annihilated that guy. But on the 4th down, Bellin is actually going to use his arm, something we don't see him do a whole heck of a lot, and delivers an absolute laser to pick up that 1st down for the Panthers. Now it's going to be a 1st and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. And a little flex bone tight from Georgia State. Looks like we're going to be sending the dogs here, or sending the cats here, the kitties here, the Bob kitties. It's a fake out to the left. Bellin is just going to roll out. We just see a couple defenders there that just have no chance of bringing down the Bellin wall. Salute to you, good sir. And that's a touchdown for Georgia State. Now the Panthers defense gets a stop, back on offense and back on another 4th and 3. Let's see if Texas State's defense can get off the field this time. 2.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter here. A little like dime, some version of dime, a little all go there from Georgia State to answer right back, and finds him right over the middle. 2-4 single mug. Well, so not dime. Apologies. It's half as good as dime. It's a nickel. That pistol all go play. Georgia State loves it, and you can see why, because it's very effective. So that's actually going to take us to our 2-minute warning here. Georgia State looking to take the lead before halftime. Let's see, what are we going to go to here? He used to go to, I think it was Georgia State, used to utilize more of that flexbone empty, and I feel like we haven't seen him do that very much recently, which is too bad. I love that formation. Just as a nothing, just as a nothing comment to throw in there. We're going to try a fullback dive there to Atia Littlejohn. Some of the names EA comes up with too. That one's got to be an EA name, right? That one can't actually. I feel like every time I make fun of somebody's name, it turns out it's actually a real person. Atia Littlejohn. I know Littlejohn's a real last name, but Atia, that one I'm not too sure about. So 2nd and goal now for Georgia State. About 5 yards to go, and there goes Bellin again, just bouncing off tackles. Like, what do you do against this man? When Bellin decides to run, you're just kind of at the mercy of the Bellin Arena. So now we go to the 3rd quarter. Georgia State added another field goal here, so up by 10. 4 minutes left in the 3rd. They are starting to smell that victory, smell that Conference USA title game in the fresh mountain air of the Mountain West and beautiful mountainous Virginia and Louisiana. That might not be the mountains you're smelling down in Lafayette, buddy. We go for a run up the middle there and take it for 3 yards. 3.5 minutes now. Ball just at the red zone here at the 20-yard line. Staying in that cover 3 shell, which I like against the flexbone. Kind of helps out with a run a little bit, but then just too much speed out there on number 32. Who's going to take the jumper? Hey, no, he's not. Touchdown, Georgia State. They end up getting that victory. Let me get it pulled up over here. I swear, every time I try to get the box score pulled up on the Xbox, it pulls up the wrong game like half the time. But Georgia State ends up getting a very impressive win there against Texas State, 31-7. With all those games in the books, here is how our final Conference USA standings are going to look. Georgia State on top, 10-2 overall, 6-1 in conference. Navy 7-4 overall, 5-2 in conference. Those are the teams they'll be facing off in the Conference USA title game. Navy will get to 8-4 because they are going to get a force win against Army. Our Army user is going to be out of town for the next week or so. So Navy versus Georgia State. Moving down is going to be the Buffalo Bulls and UAB. So that is how everything's looking in Conference USA. We didn't have a ton in the American, but We did have some potential. So Army was locked in. They were coming into this one at 6-0 in conference. No matter what happened, they were going to move on. But we did get a historic first for the end of season 5. The first time ever we actually got a snow game. I was just so excited. We had to actually include some bits and pieces of it. Army ended up, Timeless Raven really put together an unbelievable season here with the Army Black Knights, and they ended it off in fashion here. The end of season 5, and finally we got ourselves a snow game. I was so excited, and you can see it actually does kind of affect the defender here as he slips backwards. Number 86 on Army makes one cut back to the right, taking that one in for the Timeless Raven touchdown, getting Army started off right here, up 7-0. Got the ball back up 7-0. Number 30. Look at the little snow effects as he gets tackled. This is really, I'm hoping they up the amount of snow games, because this is really making me want to take a team in the North next year too. I know I said I was pretty intrigued by Texas State, but if I could get 1 or 2 snow games this season, some changes would have to be made. So number 30 gets brought down there for a gain of nothing, but you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. You can contain him on that first down, but not on second down. Number 30, Morgan Tracy, the absolute stud of the Army backfield, taking that one in for a touchdown. And this one was just all Army all day. They win that one 49-7, ranked number 11 in the country. Heading into that game, another great win for Army, just a fantastic season. So they are going to be 10-1. They will be 10-2 after that forced loss to Navy, but finish the American Conference season undefeated. A perfect 7-0 for Army. So their win there, it ended up meaning the Sam Houston game didn't really mean a whole heck of a lot, but I still want to give some props to Redux Karma, our new FIU coach. I feel like we haven't really shown him at all, and he put up a great game here against Sam Houston. But as we will see when the Bearcats with a K get the ball here, there's just only so much you can do against some of these guys. Like Enrique Trayan on Sam Houston. Marshall Pounder, I hardly know her, taking that run in there for FIU. And you know the difference between like the Cincinnati Bearcats with a C and the Sam Houston Bearcats with a K? That the Sam Houston one is actually like a mythological creature. It's not a real thing. It doesn't really exist. Versus the Cincinnati one, named after, an actual Bearcat. Anyway, fun fact for you. Who says you don't learn anything by watching these? But FIU, great opening drive here, looking to get the first points on the board. We have choices. Who do you want to go to there? We try to go to the right flat, and just another kind of yucky ball thrown by the quarterback makes the receiver come back past the goal line, gets brought down short. 3rd and goal at the 1 for the Panthers. And honestly, shout out Redux Karma for not wearing the Vice uniforms. Like, I get they're cool, but my goodness, it's nice to have a week without seeing the Vice uniforms. Touchdown FIU, Pounder pounding it on Sam Houston, taking that one in for the touchdown. But here comes Enrique Trayan making his late Heisman push here. We see that press over on the outside. The safety going to try to get back to catch up to him. There's just nothing we can do against this man. And and is his back? I think his back's looking a little tight there. Let's see. He's gonna, oh yeah, loosen it up. Crack that back. Enrique Trayan in for the Sam Houston touchdown. Jump ahead. It is 14-14. That FIU playing a great game in this one here against a team like Sam Houston and a user like Woe Twice. We're going to go for that RPO to the other big boy wide receiver, number 88, taking that one in for a touchdown. Oh no, he's got a sore back too. Go ahead and stretch that out, brother. Stretch it on out there, brother. Touchdown for Sam Houston, giving them a 7-point lead. They get the ball back very quickly here. Still in the second quarter, minute left, 1st and 20. And, oh yeah, I remember what happens here. It's Enrique Trayan. Come back over on the left. We see that one-on-one. Well-timed throw. Looks like the corner might be there to make a play, but no, sir, you are not. Enrique Trayan in for another big Sam Houston touchdown, and this time he actually doesn't. I guess he loosened it up the first time. He didn't need to crack his back again. But FIU, before halftime here, trying to bring this back to a 1-score game, and there goes Pounder again up the middle, and I believe his stat line pops up here. 12 rushes for 158 yards for Pounder. FIU with 180 total rushing yards. Absolutely bullying these Sam Houston boys up front here. Now, can we make this a 1-score game back before half? We're going to be in some bunch. Looks like we're using that deep middle safety. We are indeed trying to hide behind the referee there. Sneaky. Stalking his prey. Using a zebra as camouflage. Abraham. Hanging out over the middle of the field there. trying to fly over to the right. We're got down there to make that tackle. FIU going to take their last time out. 8 seconds left in the half. A 2nd and 5. Number 19. I don't remember the quarterback's name of FIU, but he is going to be dropping back pass here, directing some traffic, trying to get his boys all going to the right spot. And we are going to roll over to the left. Just throw that one away. Smart. Give yourself another chance here on a 3rd and 5. Still 4 seconds left. Field goal doesn't do us a ton of good. Let's just go ahead and go for it. Why not? Go for that delayed slant. And we throw it right past with number 88, who somehow, a lot of traffic there, but he is able to bring that one down and get the touchdown for FIU. But guess what? Here comes Enrique Trey, and here comes Sam Houston. Nothing you can do about it. You could even see the size difference there as they were just running downfield, and look at him right there. You expect number 8 to be able to guard number 16? I don't think so. He does make the tackle, though. So it is a 1st and goal at the 7 for the Bearcats. See what we are going to go to here to try to make this, push this one back to a 2-score lead for Sam Houston. You go right over the middle, right through the contact. FIU got one. Sam Houston gets one. This time number 17. And oh, his back's looking a little tight. His back's looking a little tight. Go ahead and crack that back, brother. Touchdown for Sam Houston. They end up winning this one. Let me get it pulled up over here. 38-28. I do want to see, what did Trayan's final stats look like? So it's Avon Barksdale Jr. What a fancy name of that FIU quarterback. Receiving wise, Trayan 4 for 215 and 2 touchdowns. Guy's a problem. This guy's a huge problem. So let's go take a look at the American Conference standings, see how those all shaked out here at the end of our season. It is going to be Army taking on Sam Houston. Army 10-1 overall, 7-0 in conference. Sam Houston 10-2 overall, 6-1 in conference. Then moving down to the Sun Belt is going to be UNLV and Florida International. We're now in the Sun Belt Conference. We really didn't have too much to determine here. We knew going into the title game was going to be Georgia Southern and it was going to be Washington State. There's no penalty for finishing bottom 2 in our Bronze Conference, but we still did have a deeper than hate rivalry with Georgia Southern taking on Appalachian State, GMOS taking on Rodinio, and Georgia Southern looking to join Army as the only teams to go undefeated in conference play. And when you get a rivalry like this one, throw the records out the window. These two teams want nothing more than just to beat each other. So here we go. Pick it up, minute and 47 in the 1st quarter here. Georgia Southern has added a field goal to the board, but Appalachian State, a thing to note about Appalachian State, last year had the Heisman Trophy winner Roger McCord at halfback, and it was because of plays like this. McCord might be gone, but the spirit lives on through Mr. Ingold, and McCord was a white running back, just by the way. Now Appalachian State replaces him with Chris Ingold, still a great player, still a fantastic play there. Appalachian State, a lot of halfbacks, a lot of tight ends. Those guys you gotta keep your eyes on. Look at this play by number 83. Somehow even makes that catch. Had the defender right on his back. Win somehow deliver that ball with the pressure right in his face. And 83 just makes one move, cuts it out to the left. Salute to you, sir. Touchdown for the Eagles. 10-7 lead now. Going to a little play action boot, going right back over the middle. And then another just unbelievable throw. Tavita Win rolling out to his right, kind of throwing back across his body there a little bit. Picking the App State defense apart. This Tavita Win, fantastic quarterback that Georgia Southern has found here. So now it's a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. We are going to go with a run here to Mr. Heron, halfback for Georgia Southern, and take this run over to the right. And I'm wondering if Georgia Southern, could they potentially even get ranked? Could they sneak into the playoffs if they win the Sun Belt Conference? If, say, they finish 12-1, it's possible. It's possible. I do think I should have mentioned too in our last game, as we go for an RPO there for a touchdown, 2-score lead for Georgia Southern, that Sam Houston I think is going to make the playoffs. They were ranked like 14th or something like that. They're going to get a force win, nearly user picked there by Georgia Southern, but there goes the big man Hoffman, the tight end for Appalachian State. Pretty good coverage there by GMOS. But yeah, because Sam Houston get the force win in that conference title game, they'll for sure be one of the top 5 rated champions. So I think Sam Houston is going to be one of our playoff representatives this season. I do think Toledo is going to make it. And I think the winner of the Mountain West is going to make it. Loser, I'm not too sure about. We will see. But I think we're going to have 3 to 4 user playoff teams this season. Next season, we might finagle a few things to get some extra teams in there. But Appalachian State now facing a 2nd and goal at the 1 and finds his man Hoffman right over the middle of the field. Having a good tight end and a good running back. I really do feel like that's just about all you need to have a good offense in the game this year. So now Win, dropping back to pass. We got a 4th and 4 with a minute left in the second, and the user defender flies down a little bit too far to veto Win, able to hit one deep down that right sideline for Georgia Southern, keeping that drive alive. Huge swing in the game there. Now we're going to take one down underneath. Now we do get a flag on this one. Really, if App State was just able to get off the field there, we have the ball in field goal range with a minute left in the half, down by 3. Could have changed everything for Appalachian State. Win just goes and throws that one away on first down. It's going to be a 2nd and 20 now for Georgia Southern. 51 seconds left still here in the half, and we're seeing again, have one streak on one side, have a deep crosser coming from the other. And the user defender is there. He's following it. He's trying his best, but he is just one little step too slow to be able to keep up. I believe that might have been Dabow, the tight end for Georgia Southern. Then we're going to hit him with an RPO out to the right. Mr. Missouri taking that one all the way in for the Georgia Southern touchdown, giving them back the 2-score lead here at the first half, and they end up winning that game. See, again, I tried to pull up the box score, and it was the wrong game. Georgia Southern ends up running away with this one a little bit, 38-14. The Eagles get that victory and finish their conference stretch undefeated here as well. Congratulations to them and Army. No easy feat to be able to do that. So we'll take a look at our conference standings. We do still have one game in the Sun Belt left to be played. I'm recording this about a day before advance. It was just kind of the only time I was really going to be able to do it. So let's head over to our Sun Belt. We see 7-0 Georgia Southern, 11-1 overall, 7-5 Washington State, 5-2 in conference. Those are the two teams that will be moving up to the American and will be facing off for the Sun Belt crown. And again, at the bottom, you're not moving anywhere if you finish in the bottom. So that will wrap us up here. It's just one big overview of everything that is going to change heading into year 6 now that these are pretty much finalized. In the Mountain West, moving down is going to be Oregon State and Rice. They will be going back to Conference USA, back to where you were last year. Get out of here. Get them out of here. In Conference USA is going to be Georgia State and Navy moving up to take that spot in the Mountain West. Moving down to the American is going to be UAB and Buffalo. In the American, moving up to take their spot is going to be Army and Sam Houston. We're moving down is going to be UNLV and FIU. Moving up from the Sun Belt, Georgia Southern and Washington State. So that kind of takes care of everything here in our final full week of the season. Oh, and actually really quick, because I forgot, I know somebody commented last time they want to see the recruiting rankings. Now every class is looking. So this is our second to last season. So a lot of people I know we're kind of laying off on recruiting a little bit, but we can go conference by conference and see how everybody's class is looking right now. Utah State, of course, they've been #1 for years now. Pretty much ever since they somehow got Kirby Smart to come on, and another head coach, I think, was their defensive coordinator. Ever since they got those guys in like year 2, they've been a recruiting machine. 14 total, 11 5-stars, 3 4-stars. Toledo not far behind though. 4 5-stars, 11 4-stars. Yeah, 4 5-stars. It really tripped me up. We've only gotten 4 commits so far, but they're 4 4-stars, so we'll go ahead and take that. Like Tulsa, I know they said they're only recruiting a kicker and punter because their team's pretty dang set for next season anyway. So we're going to see that in a few spots here too. But yeah, the Utah State recruiting machine just keeps it rolling out there. So then to Conference USA, Texas State sitting on top at rank number 37, UAB, Buffalo, Georgia State. You guys can see everything here. But again, some guys just not really recruiting at all. Because if your team is set, your team is set. With only one season left, there's only so much you can really do anyway. American, because like even the guys we're recruiting, I'm not really expecting any of them to play. It was mainly just recruiting practice for us. For the American though, Sam Houston sitting on top there. You can see the rest of the ratings up here. UNLV with nobody. They're just not doing the recruiting here this season either. Army sitting with 4 commits. I mean, it's always tough to recruit at the service academies here anyway. So then our last conference, the Sun Belt, UTSA, Temple, Memphis, Fresno, Georgia Southern, App State, Southern Miss, and Washington State. Again, Washington State and Southern Miss really doesn't look like they're really doing a whole heck of a lot in recruiting. The main thing is, yeah, just Utah State. I hope they fix the coach carousel next year, because there's no way he should have been able to get Kirby Smart. I think it was like between years 2 and 3. It might have been between years 1 and 2. It was crazy. But yeah, there's a quick little recruiting update for you and how everybody is looking. We'll be back with a game of the week for conference championship week once that rolls around, and then bowl season. We'll see who ODU ends up getting. I know our latest bowl projection showed us going. We have never played a CPU game or never played a non-CPU. We've never played a user in a bowl game. It'd be kind of fun to do, but as of right now, they've got us against Western Kentucky in the Arizona Bowl. We will see what ends up changing there. We still might do a video on that. We'll see. Then hopefully we get some user games, some user bowl games, some fun in the postseason. But that's going to wrap it up here for our regular season for year 5 in the OMT Online Dynasty. What a fun season. The relegation conferences provided some unbelievable conference games throughout the entire year. We had our Jamie Landman story going on with Old Dominion added and a fun little wrinkle there. And hopefully we are still going to have some fun stuff coming up between the conference championships and the bowl game. But hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed season 5. Thank you to everybody who has watched, who has played, anybody who has contributed to this dynasty up to this point. I appreciate all of you. So yeah, that'll do it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.